Hello dear fashion bosses, how are you doing today? Always a delight to bring you new tutorials. So in today's class we're learning how to make this dart manipulated stroke fabric theory design. It is called dart manipulation stroke fabric theory design. So if this is what you like to learn, please stay to the end of this class. Okay, so here I'm already have my pattern, my basic pattern body drafted out. As you can see, is a long dress like you already saw on the footage. Okay, so I have it drafted out, but I'm going to run it by you. It is an off shoulder that has a strap, over the shoulder. So I placed my tape roll for my off shoulder at 7.5 inches as against the regular 5 inches that we are familiar with, because I don't want it to be too high. I mean the clients, right? And then I have my bust point, I have my under bust point. As you can see, I'm labeling it. This is the waistline, which is the half length. This is my shoulder to hips, okay, and then my shoulder to knee, okay, and then the hem of the dress, which is of course the entire length, is measuring about 62 inches. It is very long, okay. So I connected all those lines with a straight mark, like you can see. So in this kind of outfit, we are not going to be using a what do you call it, a front dart, the basic dart. We'll just transfer that front dart, that basic dart, to the side, so there is no point drawing the line, okay. But we are going to be using our side bust dart. So the reason why you're using your side bust dart is very important, is because it will just fall along your patterning, okay. The front dart, basic front darts, shouldn't be there, so that there won't be too much line. You're going to be cutting and joining fabric. So I'm now going to be at this point patterning this pattern paper the way we want the design to be on the dress. As you can see, I'm going to be placing my roller in no particular order. You can just give it any pattern, any pattern, any style you want. The important thing is you being able to draft your basic bodies. The dress you are using, just like as I have on my pattern paper, is just a basic body dress, nothing serious, okay. So yeah, I'm just sketching out the design how I want it to be, okay. As you can see, nothing out of the ordinary, okay, nothing out of the other. Just divide it, just pattern it however you want it to be. Don't forget I said that there is no point using your regular front darts or back darts, because you are going to be dividing the pattern, which of course translates into you dividing the fabrics. So you can't be having darts in front. So if you have darts, you will have to transfer the darts to the side, but your side bust dart is very important, okay. So I'm just going around to divide or pattern it the way I want it to be, okay. So I'm just in no particular order, just whatever you think in your head, in as much as you have the fabric. Like I said, it is called color theory, okay. You're playing with fabrics, you're playing with colors, okay. Wherever you want a particular color of fabric that you have to be, you just pattern it that way. Basically, that is what this kind of style is about. You just pattern it that way, divide your pattern. And please make sure that when you're drafting your pattern, you don't draft it just on a single paper. So you can see I have it as a whole paper, not half like we usually do in some designs or in some drafting. As you can see, it's full from hip to hip, from chest to chest. Everything is complete. It's not half, it's not quarter of the bodies. This is half of the bodies, right? So I'm just designing however I want it to be, but I'm just showing you how to go about it, because what I am actually going to use is the first two pattern that I have on the upper area. I'm not going to be dividing the down side, but I'm just showing you that you can play with it, okay. You can actually play with it. The client sends me her sketch, okay. I'm going to the sketch. This is the sketch on the screen. This is what the client sent to me. She did a sketching herself, okay, and then I fleshed it out for her. But you can pattern it however you want it to be, and then just cut it out. Okay, I'm not going to be using what I did on the dance side. I'm just showing you to know that you don't have a limitation. Okay, so I'm using this first one I did and the second one. So I'm just going ahead to label it. It is very important that you label. So I have my number 1, I have my number 2 on this done part is my number 3, and then I'm also going to be using an arrow to connect it so that I know that this done part is meant to be connected to this other parts. And then I know that use your arrow. It's very important that you connect it with an arrow and then with also a notch when you eventually cut out. So this number 1 and number 2 is going to be joined together. Number 2 and number 3 is going to be joined together. So if you're very good with corset, we understand what I mean by, you know, labeling and, you know, using arrows to connect and all, because we do that a lot when we draft and cut our corsets patterns, right? So at this point I am done labeling, I am done drafting, I am done, you know, designing how I want it. This is the fabrics we are going to be using. It is a Mikado fabric. Please know that when you are working on this kind of design, the fabrics you are using should all be the same texture. I am using Mikado fabric and the all 3 colors are Mikado. Okay, don't use velvet here and come and be using Mikado there. Don't use crepe here and come and be using velvet there. It ain't gonna work. Make sure all your fabrics you are using are of the same quality, the same kind of fabric, so that it flows well and falls well for you. Okay, so this is the back pattern. We are also going to be, you know, drafting. Is it drafting or patterning it or want it to be? You can actually leave the back pattern if you don't want to pattern it. The front is already a little busy. Okay, it's not mandatory that you pattern the back, but I am just going to pattern my own back a little like this. Okay, the clients didn't send me the sketch for the back. I'm just using my initiative to pattern the back panel. Okay, so you just draft your bodies like the front. Okay, and all. The difference between the front and the back body is you just contour your waist area at your zipper area a little. That's it. That's just the difference between the front pattern and this. I have taught all of this in this channel. If you are a follower of this channel, I have taught everything I am saying here in different videos at different time. There is nothing difficult. The difficult thing, you know, in this class is what I am pointing out and stating out. Okay, so at this point I am cutting the pattern based on the pattern paper, based on the sketch we did on it. Okay, the design. Okay, as you can see, please go ahead and ask your question if you are confused at any point. You know, I always by the help of God attend to your questions, right? And if you have watched this video to this point, please do well to give a like and a thumbs up. Okay, give a share, drop a comment, subscribe if this is your first time, and if you are a returning subscriber, we say thank you for always coming back. If this is your first time, do not go away without subscribing. Don't download the video without subscribing. Download, but make sure you subscribe and give a thumbs up. If you are a returnee, always coming back and you're not subscribed, please subscribe and give a thumbs up. A lot of you guys just come enjoy good tutorials. You don't give a thumbs up, you don't encourage, you don't subscribe. Please do. So this is the pattern when we're done, you know, cutting it out the way we want it. I'm going to transfer this now like this into our fabric, just the way we have cut it out. The same way you cut it out is the same way you're still going to stitch it back. It is not difficult. Okay, it's not difficult. You just stitch it back the same way you cut it. The difference is that when you are transferring this into your pattern, you add 0.5 inch allowance. So at this point, as you can see, I am closing my side bust darts. Okay, you just slash it and close up. I have also taught how to close a side bust dart so very well in this tutorial, in this channel. Check the last video before this. The last video before this is a princess that's an outfit, you know, with petal sleeve, structural petal sleeve, tulip petal structural sleeve. I thought very well on how to close your side bust that is not difficult. So you go ahead and close your side bust that like this, as you can see me do after cutting it out from your main pattern like this. This is basically how to close your side bust that. Okay, if you don't know how to get the size bust that, watch the last video. I'm going to link that video to this very one so that you can abreast yourself. Okay, we teach from the scratch, so sometimes when we make some certain videos, we just refer to what we've taught in previous videos. So do well to watch videos. Okay, watch videos to the end, watch videos to the end, give a like, give a share. I am not happy with you guys that comes here, you watch video, you will not drop a comment, you will not drop a thumbs up, you will not subscribe. It is not fair. It is not fair. It is wickedness. Encourage the people that are impacting your life one way or another. You will not say you've not found value in this video that you are watching. The least you can do is give a like, give a thumbs up, subscribe, recommend, share. That's the least you can do. Appreciate and encourage people who are helping your career in one way or another. God bless you as you do. Okay, so this is it when we are done closing our side bust. That okay, at this point we are going to transfer it into our fabric or our fabrics. Just cut it out the same way. So this is where I have cut it out, you know, on my fabric, the color I want on each pattern. I added 0.5 inch on the sides that are necessary. As you can see, I added 0.5 inch on the upper side. This one, this other ones, I added 0.5 inch. You just see where you need to add your 0.5 inch. Okay, this is the back panel, right? Added 0.5 inch for seam allowance for the joining back. So you just go ahead and join it the same way it is, like this, the same way you cut it out, so that it becomes a whole pattern like it was. Okay, you just place it like this. Please make sure that when you are placing your pattern on your fabric, make sure you are placing the pattern on the wrong side of the fabric. It is very important, so don't go and make mistake. Make sure you are placing the pattern on the wrong side of the fabric. I can see I'm showing you now, on the wrong side of the fabric. Place the pattern on the wrong side of the fabric. I am sounding it as a warning now, so you don't go and make mistake. Oh, place your pattern on the wrong side of your fabric and then go ahead to join it with your 0.5 inch allowance that you left, okay, for joining. So this is the point where I was done joining, as you can see. Okay, this is the front panel. You know, I've done joining. Everything is looking beautiful, just exactly the same way the client sent her drafts. As you can see, this is the client's drafts again. You see the pattern I'm placing it so that you see how we cut it out. Everything is falling back in shape the same way. Okay, please, if you do not have light or not that warning, don't bother venturing into this design yet until you have light, because this design is 200% ironing over 100% other things. Okay, so I cut a facing for it because I'm not lining it. I cut a facing for it. This is the back panel, right? This is the back panel. I'll also go ahead, I cut a facing for it. Okay, I cut a facing for it. At some point I have to change the back panel, one of that lemon green part, I change it to a normal of the green fabric. Okay, I just did a little correction there. So this is the facing that I cut out for it. Just going to use it to join, to turn the neck area. You know, it's an off shoulder, and this is it when we are done. This is the back. Thank you.